Didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on, as if nothing really matters. How does this work? Whatever happened with the, see what I'm going for, right? Anyways, I don't know how loud the fan is on the mic. Let's hope it's not too loud, because it is. It's hot in here. It's sizzling, yo. I really do like saying yo. It's my thing now. I said, like, dip instead of shit for a while, like a year or two ago, so now, you know, sometimes you pick up things and then you put it down, and it's the way things go. Anyways, this was gonna be, well, this was gonna be like this, but it was raining, and then I had to scrap it because, well, I'm at the end of a cold right now, but, you know, I had a cold, and I went outside and it was raining, so I was cold, my hands were like freezing, and it was only like 50 degrees, but maybe, you know, the water and the wind made it worse, and being sick wasn't a factor, but, in any case, I was cold, and, it just wasn't a good day for me. You know, I couldn't get it up, you know, I put a clip in there, and yo, I'm a little under the weather and under like some sort of vehicle, but it's kind of loud here. This might be a bad spot for this. This is definitely a bad spot. And you can see I was having a pretty good day. Well, yeah, I was having an alright day. Like a mean 8 out of 10. But then I thought maybe I could do this like sort of, you know, word video, but with like just some Overwatch gameplay in the background. So I got on to play Overwatch 30 minutes ago, and I'm not playing Overwatch, not because I got my footage. Not because I got my footage, but because I just had the worst games possible. So, you know, first one was Lijiang Tower. My team banned, I think it was Sombra? We banned Tracer and Sombra, which, whatever, you know. And I really thought to myself, oh, we're not going to ban like Malga or Roadhog? Fine, sure. And it didn't matter because they were on Winston, and they had Winston, Pharah, Sierra. And, you know, we had 2 hit scans, Mercy, and someone on like Juno. So yeah, long story short, they would die before I did, and then, you know, people who don't think, they get on the game to stay behind the team. Support players specifically, they will stay behind the team and just shoot their gun, or if they're playing Mercy, they'll just fly around with a freaking care in the world, and, you know, they're beautiful. They're amazing. We love them. But yeah, so, and I could have gotten off of Domina, but I wanted to punish them. Why are you still on double hit scan? Pharah is not that big of a deal. Why is Mercy on my fucking team? She doesn't move fast anymore. She's not fun. You know, I know you love the character, But do it behind closed doors. I don't want to see it. You know. It's a fun reference. I'm proud of that little joke. Let me. Boom. I've locked the exposure, so now it won't fuck up if I change my position. Oh. This really could just be completely unusable depending on how loud the fan is. But I like to gamble. So I queued another game. And they put me on King's Row. It was all escort. And 2 people on my team voted. The rest were on their phones, of course. And, you know, it's King's Row. I get. It's King's Row again. I start on Dominant and I'm playing against like this guy. He cycled throughout like Zarya, D.Va, Ramattra, and they had Bastion and Sojourn. So my shield was just fucked the whole time. And like then I went Sigma because I had to. And like I'm on King's Row. I'm not happy. And then you send me to fucking King's Row and it's just a straight line. I sit down main. I use my abilities when I have to, and it's not fun. I'm not a fan of King's Row. This isn't anything new. So, well, yeah, I had to play in King's Row, and I don't think winning would have made it better, because I would have won on King's Row. Then, you know, it would go to overtime, and then I'd have to play overtime on King's Row. I don't want to do that. It would be a loss either way. I'd lose in game and lose in real life. The winning move was to just get off as soon as I could, and that's what I did. Well, the total winning move would just be to disconnect, but I didn't do that because, you know, well, I just use that time to stew, and it's a thing to give me that anger, that hatred, to fuel this film video that I'm doing. And the thing says 7 minutes. Wow. What a tangent. Okay, so the 6 words of power, I don't want to hear it coming out of your fucking mouth, are, well, the first one is the B word. Now, you know, that might be a weird place to start, but, you know, I have been brushing up on feminist literature as one does while enjoying their matcha and, can't say Labubu anymore, that would be dated, matcha and, clavicular, and, yeah, you know, it's just not cool. It's a slur, I mean, you can use it for men and women, but it's female dog. You know, if you call a black person a monkey, that's racist. So to call a woman a dog, that would be sexist, yeah. And, you know, to say, oh, well, you can, what was the thing? Oh, well, you can call that, you can say, you call a man a B word, a butch. Well, no, that's a different thing, a betch. No, because now I'm just saying, because that would be like, you know, the I'm not touching racism, that, what I just did there, not okay. That was my nega moment. Okay. Back to the whole calling men it's, well, because you're calling them a woman, and being a woman is degrading. It's like when you call someone poor. It's a social class thing. You understand. I forgot what the next one was. Oh! The next one. Yes, I actually know what was the next one. The next one, stupid. Now, don't say stupid. Okay, stupid and the R slur. Again, this is a slur used to dehumanize people and sort of subconsciously justify locking them up and putting them on pills. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's a slur, obviously. So don't say that. It's just not. It's just not cool. And and people really, they really thought that they ate, because there's this old picture, you may have seen it. It's a bunch of synonyms for like foolish, dunderheaded, lackwit, things like that. And there's so many different ways to call someone dumb, but and then it said you chose the R word, and yes, if someone could expand the vocabulary, buffoon, that's always a fun one to say. Ninny, dork, dweeb, those ones imply that they're uncool as well. And the I don't know. There's nothing funny. There's nothing funny about this. I'm not funny. I'm fucking myself. I fucking myself. I've been doing this I could be here all day. I know my hair's a bit of a mess, but I got my mommy working on that soon. Ladies, watch out. No, the streets already aren't safe. That's just reality of being a woman. Okay. Switch positions. This is erotic. Oh, stupid. Okay, now, it's calling something stupid isn't inherently bad, but what I mean by stupid is that you have to be careful how often you say it and to whom. Isn't that fancy? Anyways, children, not good to call kids stupid. It makes them feel small. That's not a good thing. They're people too. And the oppression of children is something that many people have written on and spoken about. Does it get taken seriously? Not really, no. But that's not what. Well, I guess this video is kind of about it. But we're blasting through. Okay. Your partner, because I don't know what kind of lifestyle you lead, especially if you're watching my stuff, but your partner is not someone you should call stupid, especially their ideas or what they find fun. That's not a good thing. And if you sincerely do believe that the things that person is into are dumb and boring and lame, leave. But don't say anything unless it's like really, really lame. But I don't know what would be like really, really lame. Like if they're into the Nier series, you could call them anything. You could call them any slur. Actually, I don't give a shit. One word I hate to be called, and this is also related to the one that we just did. The R word is crazy. I hate when people call me crazy. I hate when they say they don't. It's they're being normies. All right, they're enforcing their normie fascist agenda, and at the same time, they are what are they doing? What are they doing? They're weaponizing their own pathetic waste of talent and intelligence, charisma, creativity, all of that. And they're turning it against me because now, I can't understand what you said. You're being crazy. I don't know what they're talking about. They're being crazy. It's a way to just to shrink down what another person feels. They call it crazy. I don't like that. I don't like that. When they say, I'm done. I'm moving on. I'm getting crazy. We're keeping the C's going with chubby. I don't like the word chubby. It's very ambiguous. What is What does that mean? Is that like me? Because I've got like I've got something going, but or does that just mean anyone? Does it just mean anyone who's not big? Anyone who's big? Well, because no, well, not big. Anyone who's fat? Because at a certain point, where is a line drawn between chubby and fat? I don't know. Okay, it frustrates me. And there's like the whole when they say I like chubby women, that just means like big boobs, okay, another little tangent. I know the Overwatch one was long, but humor me. There is I've seen some trans man discourse online, of course, because I'm not a people person. This is obvious. It is. See me? But it was something about, and it was this comic with like, and it was slandering the fake trans men or whatever, by saying that, wow, I'm so glad my boyfriend sees me for a man. We're really living out our yaoi fantasy or some shit like that. And in the speech bubble of the guy walking, he's like, 2 tits, 1 pussy, and that's something that is so fun for me to say. But I can never say that. There's never a situation. I'm very rarely allowed to say 2 tits, 1 pussy, and 2 tits, 1 pussy. When you can't say that to like a real woman, because that's just not okay. It's when you. I think the next I'm gonna say it, and it's gonna be really funny. And if you're my friend and you're watching this, which that's most of my viewer base, listen. I'm gonna see a character that means nothing to me. One that normally, and I will continue to call a void, like Ayn Rand or Freya. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say 2 tits, 1 pussy. And I hope you understand I'm not sexualizing her. I'm just saying this means nothing to me. It'll be like sort of, it'll be a little ambiguous. Now, sometimes we're moving on. Anyway, what was this? Hang? Chubby? Well, yeah, I dislike the ambiguity of chubby. So that's just it. Okay, we're at the we're at the fifth one. We're at the 5th one, almost done. Degenerate. Now, this is a word that has, you may be thinking, whoa, what's wrong with degenerate? I don't use it all the time, but, I've said it once or twice online. And the problem with degenerate is that it's in that puritanical, fascist speak tongue or whatever, their linguo. like when they say high trust society, you can only highly trust people who are white. That's part of the implication. I'm not gonna get into it too much, but yeah, just don't say that, because it implies you're getting into the moral woods, and you really don't got the qualifications to go on about morals. And we're gonna go on another tangent. So, this ties into the Overwatch thing. Overwatch streamer Frankie P423, he posted a selfie of him in his military uniform. I didn't know he was in the military, but apparently his viewers did. I knew of him, and I watched a few videos while I was eating or something, taking a shit, because that's what they're for, They're not cinema. real cinema, mind you. Deuce, he makes these challenge runs. Hold on, wait. You getting this? He makes these challenge runs, and the most recent one is Metaphor at level 1. You know, he does all sorts of gimmicks, really shows you the ins and outs of how the battles work, and I think that really, obviously, inspired the little thing I did about Soul Hackers, which was this morning, by the way. If you didn't, this morning, so that's like a bit of a, you put together a timeline for the fans. You put together a timeline of when the videos happen. But yeah, that's cinema. All right. Oh, and there's this edit he does where he uses like the main theme of the game, just so as it got my pussy wet, yo. I shouldn't have said that. Ooh, and my neck's not supposed to be like at the angle that I'm holding it at recently. I gotta get my hair done today too. Oh, my head's gonna fall off. So that was Degenerate. Oh no, the Moral Weeds thing. Anyway, yeah, the Frankie P. So basically, people were mad because the whole endorsing the United States military while the countless atrocities are carried out by them and their vassals or whatever are going, and people were like, and I put it in this Discord server. It's called Blackwatch. So we're really getting into this tangent. Anyways, it's black Overwatch players, and I guess that's anyways. I wanted to stir the pot, get the people moving, get them talking, because, well, they don't really do that a lot, and that's why I don't really like Discords. They don't say anything. It's just it always ends up being like 5 or 6 people's group chat, and then everyone else is there in the cuck chair, and everyone's too insecure to say anything. It's sickening. They're boring. It's boring. I don't like Discord. There's not enough Discord on Discord, That's the thing. That's my thing. It's my beef against it anyways. So, I brought it up, the Frankie P thing, and I said, ooh, so I guess, and that, I don't really care about him. So, what I wanted to do was steer the conversation towards a bit of a moral dilemma, center it on that. Is it worth joining the colonist, rapist, murder group enforcer thing like the mega cops? Is it worth doing that to pay for your college? That was the moral dilemma I wanted to highlight and get the people talking about. Did they do that? No, of course not. They said he got hate because he was black, and I didn't want anything. I had all my desires purged of me. Just now. I'm not angry anymore. So nothing happened. Nothing happened. No one wanted to everyone's okay with getting on that lady for drawing Winston porn, because that's degenerate. But when it comes time to address if you yourself have any degeneracies, we're silent. I don't like it. We're moving on to the last word, franchise. This is one that I've been saving in the tank. I'm gonna make my big explosion now. I hope you got that. That was a penis joke. Can you tell I like Hell of a Boss? Well, I don't know if I'll just say it now. I still like it because like it's well animated and stuff, and I like the color red, but to keep the characters like on model and whatever, they look slightly different, and this is something that like no one cares to hear about. Fandom discourse where Sonic's quills are too short. He's the wrong shade of blue. Sonic's arms are blue, and Spider-Man's suit's wrong, and that's me. I've done that, but it's they used to have long heads, and often the teeth would get like really small. They'd just be like black triangles, and I like that. I think that's when they look the best. But now they stay on model a lot, and their heads are shorter, and they like to have them face to front like this, even though they're lizard people. So the imps are lizard people, so it doesn't look so great. I don't know. That's just my beef with it. And then I get the writing and it's pretty. I love her for her body. That's that's Sonic High School. Tales Gets Trolled is the comic. Sonic High School is the fanfic. Anyways, my neck hurts. I gotta find a comfortable position to lay down. This is not comfortable. I'll dig in my nose on camera. Digging in your nose, this is not the worst thing you can do. I don't know why there's such a stigma. I forgot I'm thick. That was like a little snot. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, digging in your nose? Yeah, but who cares, man? Just wipe it on your pants and hold my face with your hands. Have you ever I saw that one thing, that one like challenge or whatever, where you do this and try to see if you feel a way, touch start to something. That's terrifying. Oh my god. Yeah. I don't care if you dig in your nose. It's funny. It's just a funny position to be caught in. That's why people don't do it. Shorts. That's why a lot of men, including one of my best friends, I've never seen him in shorts. A lot of men are ashamed of their legs, and clearly, I'm not. Here, hold on. Get that little crumb, but something about I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the insecurity is. Skirts too, which is weird because I think the basic men look good in skirts and like dresses or whatever. We see it in fiction all the time, and it looks good. I don't know. It's I know it's weird. It's gender role shit partly, but I think also they're just insecure about how thin their legs are. And I mean, brother, just exist, man. Breathe, accept it, or get thicker legs. I mean, hold on, not a problem with me. I'm a girthy boy. But on a serious note, if you don't got that, don't worry about it. And one of the parts I find the most aesthetically pleasing about the naked male figure is, and I've seen a lot of nudes. I know what I'm talking about. When the is that and this is the question that like apparently women have. They wonder how like we don't sit on our balls, and the thing is that like our thighs are just huge, so the balls never like get in there accidentally, and we have big thighs. So I'm just saying, if you want to highlight that, your big thighs, I'm saying anything will look good. If you want to send anyone your what, try to make sure it's at an angle where like it starts from like your belly button to like your shins or whatever. That's a golden area. Little trick for you. Tip. Tip of the you know what. Anyways, what is the last fucking word? Franchise? It would be funny if I didn't have a lot to say, because I said it was building up. Okay, well. Do I commit to the joke now? These are the tough questions you have, the tough decisions you have to make on your toes in the heat of battle as, you know, a comedian like me. I'm on tour, you know. From this room to my bedroom. This is my sister's room. Anyways, franchise. Why is franchise a word I hate seeing people use? Is this doing anything for you when I got my lips like this? Huh? Hold on. I can't close them in this position. I can't. Hold on. I can't. At rest. This is what it's like. I can't lift this either. I can only lift. Wait, which one can I lift? I can lift one of them without raising. Yeah, I can do this one. Fun fact. So if I'm ever seen raising this one, it's AI. It's not me. Like I said, it's a scary part about, you know, doing videos, especially in this style, and that is that like they get you doing some AI porn or whatever, which it would be hard to deny with my body count. Anyways, what am I? Franchise. I've gotten so sexed up. Oh. Anyway, franchise is it's lived out. You know, very internalized capitalist bullshit that I can't stand. You are a fan of a series. You are not a fan of a franchise. Okay? You liking Spider-Man is a series to me. It's not a franchise. I'm not concerned with whether or not it sells well. I don't look at the fucking quarter figures. I'm not investing in stocks for Spider-Man or Marvel or Disney or wherever the fuck. I don't do that. I play a game. I watch a movie. I wait for the cartoon to be good. I expect the cartoon to be good, and it's never good. This is not about that. The point is that I look at it for the art. All right, I'm not. It's the same thing when K-pop fans, they can never answer the question, "Is the song good?" They'll pull up views. That's what franchise is. When I said franchise, I used the Nintendo Switch. That walk with me. I think it's been very hard to get me to turn that piece of shit on because, well, the games are dead. The games I liked are dead, and because I'm not into the franchise, I'm not into the Mario franchise. I don't give a shit. Of course, there are times when I think that the Mario series has done something impressive, like with Mario Kart 8. I think Mario Kart 8 is a very nice looking game. Pretty fun too. I think that's it. That's all. That's the only thought I have. No, I think Mario Wonder, his new design, it's a little effeminate in a very slight way that I haven't seen anyone else talk about. But and I know it's not a good thing for me to like be so up in arms about Mario looking a little effeminate in the way he's always got his. I don't know what expression they do. It's like super cartoony. He's got like or whatever that focus thing is. I hate it so fucking much. It's like I'm gonna put a picture up. Look, it's like that, and I just want to beat him to death. Beat my gay son to death. But it's That was not okay. But you know what I mean. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. You know where I'm coming from. That was a point. It was a dark joke. It was a dark joke. Can't be funny anymore. Can't have fun. Fuck. What was I saying? Franchise. So when you start thinking of things as a series and as an individual thing, Marvel movies, Marvel fans use franchise, and they don't say series. I liked the first Ghost Rider movie. I haven't really seen the second one, or if I did, I don't remember it, which probably does not bode well for its quality. I think I might watch it later today. Review coming soon. But the Ghost Rider franchise is not something I concern myself with. The franchise thought it promotes this idea of continuing things for no reason, of liking things because you recognize it, and I don't like that. It's not. It's anti-art. Okay, it's a series. It's a series. Do we need Splatoon 4? No. They don't have any ideas. We didn't need Splatoon 3. We didn't need Splatoon 2. But it justified its own existence with the Sam. Yeah, it justified its own existence with a different power level of specials, and then all the different modes and stuff. I was gonna say, this is whatever. I got lost in the weeds about Splatoon. That's a fire that's still lit in my heart. Sometimes I gotta let it go. I can't let it go. It's a part of me. That's beautiful, man. I hope you found that beautiful, because I find that beautiful. That's like, well, it's not really my childhood. That was, well, it's important, okay? Fuck you. What was franchise? So when you think in terms of a franchise, you say, oh, I wonder what they do for the next Splatoon. Nothing. They don't have to do anything. Maybe they just let Splatoon, I don't know, 3 or 2 be playable on something. But the franchise thought is that's that capitalist thought that makes you think, okay, let's get more. Let's do this again for no reason with minimal changes. There's more slop. It's a slop way of thinking, and it's very sad when people say that. Oh, my favorite franchises. Who gives a shit about your favorite franchise? If the series is over, you accept that and move on. There. Or go back to it. Go back to the old ones. Don't complain about your thing being ass or whatever. You know what? You know what is fun? And I'll say this. Talking about why something was bad, that's fine. But if you're just going to talk about like a franchise and that, oh, this is in terms of numbers and bullshit about how it didn't sell well, or regurgitating someone else's thinking pieces, shut up. Stop talking. It says 24 minutes. I'm good at this. Getting my stamina up. You know what I'm saying, brother or sister, Vesta, sibling. See, brother, sister, I'm thrusting, it just turns me off. Sorry. I'm not a white trans woman on Twitter. Hope you got that joke. I hope that was natural. I'm really considering the humor of all of this this damn near hour I've spent talking being worthless because of this fucking fan. Well, yes, Avatar. Yeah, the Avatar franchise. I don't give a shit. The first show ended when it had to end. The second show was a piece of shit. Even worse than the first one, which, the first one is not first Avatar is like I think a 7 out of 10, and before you get into all the political stuff. And then Korra is a 5 out of 10. Korra is a 4 out of 10. And then once you get into the political stuff, Korra becomes, I guess, a little better or worse, depending on how much fun you have dissecting it. I guess I might move your rating of Korra up a little bit. Or if you just hate its politics, it goes down. I don't know. Anyways, that new Avatar movie is part of a franchise. It's slop. So it was made for people who want to see more Avatar. But you don't need that. The show ran for like 60, more than 60 episodes. We've seen enough. You don't need to tell another story in the Avatar world. It's over. Let it go. And that's no one wants to let it go, but I'm gonna let it go and stop